how tough she is, what a fighter she is. So let's give a rounding applause to the future president of the Chicago Public. And it is a thrill to see you all here, and it is also a thrill to be in this historic place. Because as our historian said, we are the beneficiaries of all of the labor that went into creating the first African American Union and all of the labor unions down through the past decades. And that's why it is so painful to see the attack on the Chicago Teachers Union. Because we were a once strong, a once powerful union whose members were also the beneficiaries of decades and decades of brave teachers and staff taking a stand and moving forward their agenda to improve the lives of school children and the lives of teachers and staff. So I'm very proud to stand here with my colleagues here on the PACT ticket, and many of you are part of our slate as well. And it's time, it's well past time to fight back. We have a reign of terror going on in our schools right now. Mr. Huberman has tried to scare everybody into thinking that their jobs are in jeopardy. Mr. Huberman is trying to negotiate in the press to put public pressure on the children and their parents, to put pressure on us to cave, to help him close his budget gap when we had no say in how the board was spending their billions of dollars. We had no input in getting the board to the mess that it's in. And as has been said, we've already given $1.3 billion when the board raided $1.3 billion from our pension fund, and the governor signed off on that bill last week to give the board a pension holiday for the next 3 years. We have done enough, we have paid enough. In the last 6 years, we've all seen what has happened to our once strong and proud, powerful teachers union. We have 36,000 members, now we're down to 30,000 members. Half of those losses have been paraprofessionals who in the past several years have been just cut to close the budget gaps that have existed. The other half have been teaching positions that have walked out the door as every 28 children have left the Chicago public school system because no one, our union leadership, has not stood up and made the case that our regular, traditional public schools, neighborhood public schools, do it better than anyone else. All of the research out there tells us that charter schools do not work, and yet that is the foundation of the attack on our union, the attack on our public schools. Renaissance 2010 has resulted in 100 schools being closed, as I said, 5,000 union members being just wiped out, and no one has been out there fighting the fight, standing up, speaking out, making the case that any research that exists out there shows that maybe 17% of kids going to charter schools do better than our regular neighborhood public school kids. Half the research shows that half the kids fare no better in charter schools, and the research also says that fully 33% of children, when compared fairly by socioeconomic status, do better in regular, traditional public schools. But our union leadership has not been aggressive in fighting the good fight, in fighting against Renaissance 2010, in fighting against charter schools, in fighting against the pension grabs that have just occurred for us. This team, we've been asked, why PACT? Why vote for us? Well, we believe in our members, we believe in our public schools, we believe in our union. We believe that we need somebody that's going to be out there aggressively fighting the good fight, making the case, telling, building support in the community. We also can't do it alone, but making the case that good working conditions are good learning conditions. That our contract, we fight for provisions that will help our teachers and staff do a better job in serving our children. Good working conditions are good learning conditions has been our motto all along. We're unapologetic for saying that we deserve everything that has been negotiated, and there will be no give-backs. They've already stolen. They've literally stolen $1.3 billion. And our union leadership and our pension trustees claim that they knew nothing about it, they got run over by a train. They've literally taken that from us. Now they're threatening 37 children in a class threatening not to pay us the raises that we so deserve, threatening to put 37 children in a class. And we say, absolutely not. We say no furlough days, no pension grabs, no class sizes of 37, no wage freezes. That our children deserve the best, they deserve the class sizes or lower that we have right now, and our teachers and staff deserve to know that their union has their back again. This team is the team that brought CTU members the biggest pay raises that we had seen in 20 years. We're the team that also negotiated additional sick days for our seasoned colleagues that 14 and 18 years who no longer get the step raises. We're the team that eliminated the caste system that existed with FTBs, who were at virtually employees at will. 5,000 FTBs got on the tenure track with the contract that we negotiated. As Maureen said, we negotiated many very significant benefits for our paraprofessionals, and my heart goes out to paraprofessionals because I know as a brand new teacher, way many years ago at Barnard Elementary School, special ed teacher, I would not have survived my first year teaching if it wasn't for the teacher assistant that worked with me and helped me learn how to be a teacher. I never forgot that as well. We're the team that shortened the school year by 7 days, the team that lowered the dues by 5%, despite the fact that we also decided that if wages and benefits were good enough for the members, they were good enough for us. We're the team that cut all of the perks and annuities and bonuses and severance pay from the office and staff when we got into office. Our motto, it was a real strange motto. Our motto was, if it was good enough for the members, it was good enough for us. So we took our salaries on the salary schedule. We the night before we got into office, the person that we ousted gave all the staff down there a 4-year contract. People that hated us, people that didn't want us there, people that worked against us were now going to be the staff that we had to contend with. And after that, they didn't like us then. And when we cut their salaries by 23%, they really didn't like us because we took away all of those bonuses, all of those perks that they did not negotiate for the members. So despite the fact that we had a staff that was on a virtual blue flu for about 3 years, we were able to accomplish quite a bit in our 3 short years in office. The PEP was something that we negotiated. We put up an effort. We also exposed principal abuse. We were the first, for the first time ever, the CTU copied an idea from the Milwaukee Teachers Union. They had all of their members evaluate their principals. So the CTU, under our leadership, partnered up with the University of Illinois Chicago. We created a principal evaluation and sent it to every member of the Chicago Teachers Union. Any school that had a 20% or higher response rate got their principal's evaluation posted on our website. And we exposed believe me, we exposed lots and lots of principal abuse. Ironically, the worst rated principal at that time was the principal of the Best Practices High School. She made the front page of the Chicago Sun-Times as being the worst rated principal in the city, and she did not keep that job for long. So we were out there, we were aggressive. We believed also that we were a union of professionals, and we wanted to burst that misconception that the union and the contract was standing in the way of improving our schools. When Arnie Duncan closed just 2 schools, and he only closed 2 schools for academic reasons on our watch, we got angry and we got busy. We went to the press, we brought hundreds of people to board meetings, and we successfully forced Arnie Duncan to sign an agreement wherein he couldn't close any more schools until they had more time, more money, more resources and support, and a say in what reforms were needed in their schools. So we know that Mr. Huberman is on a reign of terror and that he's negotiating with the public, but we also know that we can, once again, appreciate your support. We urge you to spread the word to help us on May 21st make the change that is so needed in the Chicago Teachers Union. We're mad as hell. We're not going to take it anymore, and we're going to fight like hell for the next 4 weeks. And we ask for your help, and we appreciate your support. So thank you all very much.
somebody. You got Lord. She's too short. Yeah, I can't see her head. Now I can see it.
That's
And we do have our materials.
Don't get your hand out the way.